Roasting Sharon Osbourne tonight, Alan Carr, Jack D, Ronnie and Kona, Goth One, Patrick Kilty, Keith Lemon, Louis Walsh, Dave Magna, and Ozzy Osbourne. Please welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the comedy roast of Sharon Osbourne. The idea of this evening is to celebrate the life and times of our beloved Sharon. A roast is like a best man speech. It's an opportunity to tease someone you hold in great esteem. It's an affectionate piss take. Affectionate because, if truth be told, we couldn't find anyone to say a bad word about Sharon. She's had them all killed. Although roasts have been going on for years, this is Sharon's first. If you discount the times various members of Black Sabbath have high-fived over her back. I'm going to get killed. Tonight, we want to see the real Sharon Osbourne. Unfortunately, the real Sharon Osbourne is in a bin bag behind a plastic surgeon's. Let's take a look at the force of nature that is Sharon.
She's a mother. She's a lover. She's a fighter.
Fuck you!
Fuck it.
Making such a fucking noise!
I can't fucking eat it and I can't fucking wear it.
It's fucking Christmas and you're saying it.
Cut his dick off and shove it down his throat. I will fucking go and personally knock his teeth out.
She is Sharon Osbourne.
Now, we all respect and admire Sharon, so there's no way we'd say anything bad behind her back. And that's why we've invited her here this evening, so we can say bad things to her plastic face. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of tonight's show, the brilliant Mrs. Sharon Osbourne. Are you sure you're up for this, Sharon?
Of course I fucking am. I just deliver it. I can take it.
What can I say about Sharon Osbourne? Rich, famous, talented. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Her antics as a rock manager are legendary. In Sharon's business dealings, it's true to say she doesn't take any shit, but she does occasionally put a little bit in a box and post it to people.
I used to. I've stopped now.
I think you might be starting that again after tonight. Sharon has had a checkered past. She was once arrested for drunk driving. The drunk she was driving was her husband, Ozzy. That was, of course, back in the wild and crazy days of the 80s. He is fine now. Unfortunately, Ozzy can't be with us this evening. Even if he was sitting just over there, he still wouldn't really be with us. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. In 1989, a drug and vodka-fueled Ozzy almost killed Sharon by strangling her. But he failed, and now, sadly, he hasn't the strength to try again.
Fucking hell!
I'm joined tonight by a host of celebrities, all here to roast Sharon. We've got Louis Walsh, Keith Lemon, Jack D, Ronnie and Kona, Patrick Kilty, Goth One, and Alan Carr. How good's that? First up, a man who's done more to make fat girls feel happy than Greg's. He's the host of How to Look Good Naked, to which Sharon's answer was spend £400,000 on plastic surgery. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Gok Wan!
Thank you, Jimmy, for that absolutely gorgeous introduction. How to look good naked, Jimmy? Well, sit on my face until midnight and that should do it.
Fabulous.
But, bitch, we're here to talk about the proper fashion legend, Miss Sharon Osbourne. Now, I've admired her from afar for some time, so it's an absolute honour to be here, my darling. Thank you very much indeed. Now, if I could pick any one person to be on my show, How to Look Good Naked, it would be Sharon, because girlfriend likes to get naked.
I do. I flash. I love
Now, Sharon, of course, that was a few years ago. If you do want to show off your nipples tonight, just lift up your skirt.
Oh, no, you didn't!
Oh, yes, I did! But, of course, here she is, fondling another great tit in public. Now, Sharon's developed her own personal style from a very young age, and whilst every teenager in the 60s was aspiring to look like Audrey Hepburn, Sharon went for a more alternative fashion inspiration.
Please. Oh, don't.
Myra Hindley. Deserves a clap.
Bastard.
It deserves a clap.
Bastard.
Girlfriend, the worst outfit I've ever seen in my life.
Ever.
Believe me. Now, when you think of the wife of the Prince of Darkness, I guess you imagine someone like this, yeah? Or maybe this. But what you actually get is this.
I know. It's terrible.
Oh, piss myself! No! Fuck off!
Get back here and finish your bit, Gok.
See? That surgery was worth it. All that money.
But all that's in the past. Some people improve with age, and you are no exception. For the last decade or so, you've had an exemplary sense of fashion, and you have your own style, and you always look immaculate. Sharon Osbourne, mother, manager, and true fashion icon, fuck me. Mwah. I salute you.
That was brilliant. I love you.
Gok Wan there, he's fantastic at what he does, making fat girls cry. Time now for a quick break. We'll be filling Sharon's drink in case she wants to throw it over Louis. See you in a minute.
Coming up, Alan Carr, Jack D, and Keith Lemon.
You make me so wet! My tuppence is on fire!
Welcome back to the Sharon Osbourne roast. A roast is like a eulogy, except the person you're talking about is in the room. But for most of it, they probably wish they weren't. Before we continue, I thought I would touch on Sharon's achievements, of which there are many. She is responsible for the biggest-selling autobiography of all time. I mean, that's pretty special. Yeah. She was named the most important person in rock by Kerrang! Magazine. But perhaps most impressively, she won Mum of the Year in 2006. Oh. Previous winners include Ulrika Johnson, Jordan and Kerry Katona. Who's given away these awards? Haringey Council? Who are you up against? Rose West? Sharon has had the great honour of having a wax figure of herself put in Madame Tussauds, unless...
Is that wax?
I'm pretty sure that's the real one. But Sharon hasn't always been this high profile. Sharon stayed out of the limelight for a long time and was hardly seen by anyone when she hosted the Sharon Osbourne show on ITV1. There is a cliche about comedians being manic depressives, their laughter and smiles masking the tears, but Jack D has turned that cliche on its head by being a miserable fucker the whole time. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greats of British comedy and one of my personal heroes, Mr. Jack D.
Well, I think I speak for us all when I say what a delightful evening it's been so far. Oh, it's lovely. Jimmy Carr, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't he doing well? Yeah, I think so. Half man, half panel show. 8 out of 10 cats have arseholes that look like Jimmy Carr's mouth. Great to see Patrick Kilty here. Yeah. He hasn't worked so long, I thought he was dead. Look at Gok Wan, isn't that a treat to have him here? Yeah. Never trust a stylist whose name is an anagram for go wank. Alan Carr is here, of course. Lovely to see Alan. And look Alan. Primark's answer to Graham Norton. So, they asked me to come here and make some jokes about a neurotic wreck with a giant gob. But I thought, what's Ronnie Ancona ever done to me? OK, Sharon, I'll keep this simple, because your family might be watching. As we've already heard, Sharon freely admits to having had plastic surgery, although, interestingly, her surgeon doesn't admit to having done it. And I was pleased to learn that her next operation is going to be on her mouth. She's having a crap filter fitted. Which may take a while, but the scaffolders are coming on Thursday. Because over the years, and God knows there have been enough of them, Sharon's big mouth has caused more trouble than Ashley Cole's mobile phone and John Terry's cock put together. She's called Vic Reeves a bastard, Nicole Kidman a bitch, and Madonna a twat. Who needs Oscar Wilde? Or in Sharon's words, that dead puff. Yeah, on X Factor. On X Factor, Sharon fell out with Danny Minogue and was replaced by Cheryl Cole. A massive public campaign demanding Sharon's reinstatement didn't follow. Her US chat show was cancelled after one season. The programme was meant to be a reflection of her personality, and sadly it was. But let's not forget Sharon's achievements. As Jimmy has already pointed out, in 2006 she was voted Celebrity Mum of the Year, beating Kate Moss and Jordan. Well done, Sharon. Did I ever tell you about the time when I beat Stephen Hawkins at tennis? Okay, not straight sets, but a win is a win. And of course she married Ozzy Osbourne. But all these years later they're still together, and it's thanks to Sharon's business genius that Ozzy has been transformed from internationally known rock star to internationally known rock star with that bloody awful wife.
It's true.
That's the point of it. Thank you very much, Sharon. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
We wanted a funny man from Ireland, but Graham Norton was busy. Eamon Holmes has indigestion. Roy Walker is away. Frank Carson is probably dead, and Jerry Adams had a problem with airport security. But sixth on our list, ladies and gentlemen, very funny man, a good friend of mine, the very talented Mr. Patrick Kielty.
Yeah, thanks. That's good for me. Thank you. That's lovely. I know what you're thinking. Alan Carr, Gok Wan, now Patrick Kielty. Does Sharon Osbourne have any heterosexual friends?
No.
Don't panic, folks. Louis Walsh will be coming out later. But forget about the wardrobe disasters, because Sharon Osbourne doesn't care about clothes. She doesn't care about fame. She doesn't care about money. All Sharon cares about is her family. Yes, that's why she's here tonight, dressed to the nines, on a big TV show, getting a fat check to be insulted by people that she vaguely recognises from Heat magazine. But so, Sharon, why are none of her family on stage tonight? Well, as the only person in the room who's ever been asked by Sharon to marry her beautiful eldest daughter, Amy, can I tell you, it's because she's a fucking terrible mother. Yes, those are my words, Sharon. Those are the words of Amy, your daughter. Now, I know some of you are thinking, who is Amy? I thought that Sharon only had 3 kids, Jack, Kelly and Ozzy. But no, there is another one, and what another one she is, Sharon. She's beautiful, she's intelligent, she's mature, she's down to earth, and she really is a credit to the Filipino nannies that raised her.
Oh, that's terrible. That's just terrible, Patrick. How could you do that?
Of course, unlike the rest of the family, Amy has only been on TV once. Yes, who can forget her sensational appearance on the Jeremy Kyle show when she desperately took a DNA test to try to prove that you weren't her real mother.
Patrick, get the fuck off.
She's the only child in Hollywood who's actually tried to adopt African parents.
I tell you what.
That's how ashamed she is of you.
She's gonna fucking start with you.
You have no idea.
You know what you're getting yourself
My arse
into.
is fucking jam. I remember once Amy asked me if she looked anything like Sharon, and of course I had to tell the truth. No. But let's be honest, it's been years since Sharon looked anything like Sharon.
Whose fucking side are you on, Louis? Oh, God.
Yes, Sharon, of course, you tell it like it is. When you sat between Louis and Simon on X Factor, people thought that you were a rose between 2 thorns. But little did they know that you were the thorn between 2 pansies. But that's why, Sharon, you're the nation's favourite talent show judge. You're the original, you're the best. You got the popularity and the glamour of Cheryl Cole, but without the husband who sends pictures of his cock to strippers' mobile phones. But with a wife like Sharon, it's fair to say that... I'm nearly done. I'm talking career-wise, not speech-wise. But while Ozzy's not here, Sharon, can I take this opportunity and say you may be a terrible wife, an appalling mother, a ball-busting businesswoman, a gossip-mongering hag, and a power-hungry egomaniac, but you're still and always will be the best shag I've ever had.
I beat you to it. I beat you fucking to it. You arsehole. Just to say, he doesn't want to shag me, he wants to shag my daughter. And no fucking way is he ever going to let you.
I've shagged your daughter.
You wish.
Thank you very much. Good night.
That was the last public appearance of Patrick Kielty.
Yes.
He was tragically killed later on this evening by Sharon Osbourne. Sharon famously made her son Jack shit in a box and sent it to an enemy. Unfortunately, that enemy was Gillian McKeith, and she was thrilled. OK, if you're a fan of ITV2 and you were watching What Katie Did Next and you forgot to switch over straight after, then you might recognise our next roaster, the founder of Rhino Jeans, inventor of the Securi pole and businessman of the year, 1993. It's Keith Lemon, everyone. Keith Lemon.
I'm not really going to roast you. I've just want to remind you of a time when, before I was a televisual thing on telly, I'm on telly sometimes, and I went for X Factor before I was on telly, and this is what I sang. Not know much, but I know I love you. Let me be. I'll do it better when I get into it. I need to know. Thanks. Sharon, though, Sharon said that I was shit. And it broke me out a little bit, but my day was brightened up when I got home and I went on FaceSpace, one of those social network things, and on that Twatter. I was on Twitter and I got an abundance of messages from Sharon Osbourne, and it was weird because she said I was a shit singer, but she must have liked me a little bit, and this is why. I'll read a few out for you that she sent to me. Now, some of these are a bit rude, so if my man's watching, I didn't write these at home on a computer by myself. She sent them to me. I can't do impressions either, but just say, hello, I'm Sharon Osbourne, so I can get your voice.
Hello, I'm Sharon Osbourne. Hello.
So this is what she said.
Hello.
Sharon, do a voice.
Keith! I want to masturbate you off a real wrong-un! Like I'm operating an emu puppet!
Like that. I don't know any of you, when you're a young lad, if you've been at playground and you get a masturbate off a girl and she does it a bit vigorous. I think that's what she meant. It's next one.
Keith! You make me so wet! Me tuppence is on fire! Ow! Ow! It hurts me!
That right voice?
Perfect.
Keith! I'm squeezing my nipple so hard they're lactating!
I told you I'd laugh.
They're lactating, and I'm drinking that lactate. And I'm imagining that's your man gravy.
That's what she sent me. Anyway, I'm a sucker for compliments, so I indulged further with Sharon, further even more, and we had a bit of phone sex. Now, I've got it here on my phone, on my Nokia 264143221. I'm gonna play you the phone sex that we had, and it's going to be aided with visuals of some sexy pictures that she texted me, or did me. So I'm going to play the phone message.
Hi, Sharon. It's Keith.
Keith, I know that, darling.
I'm naked, and I'm rubbing me cock.
When?
Now!
Throbbing and stiff.
Yeah, it's throbbing like hell, and it's veiny as fuck. Have you got your big white milk chucks out?
When?
Now! Anyway, I'm wanking.
When?
Now! Say something dirty in Punjabi.
Keith, I'm sorry. Don't speak Punjabi.
I'm gonna spill me beans soon.
Darling, look, your journey's ended here.
You're so right. Cheers. Keith, I'm back.
What was that?
It's my mum. She's back from shops. I've got to go.
Fabulous.
That was a real voicemail. And I just want to say that, Sharon, whatever you've got for me, can you put it on ice, yeah? Before we have full-on penetrative sex and start hurting people. Yes?
Let's do it now.
What, have sex now?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. What, mouth sex?
No, lie down, I'll get on top of you.
Oh, okay then.
Oh, it's nice.
Sit down, I've got a bunk on.
Oh, Keith Lemon, everyone. Right, we'll be right back with more roasting of Sharon after the break.
Coming up, Dave Medner, Ronnie Ancona, and Alan Carr.
There aren't many women who lean in towards you for a kiss and you think, ringworm.
Welcome back to Sharon Osbourne, a comedy roast. Sadly, some people couldn't make it tonight, but they were kind enough to send their apologies and telegrams. Simon Cowell can't be here this evening. He says, I can't come because on the one hand, it's a celebration of the life and work of one of my closest colleagues, dearest friends, and someone I owe a huge personal and professional debt of gratitude. On the other hand, I am a massive cunt. Fairly route one on that joke, but true. Piers Morgan can't make it because he's filming his ITV1 chat show. When I wished Piers Morgan got Parkinson's, I didn't mean his job. Leona Lewis sadly can't be with us. It's a big week for her in America. She's competing in the Kentucky Derby. David Hasselhoff apologises that he can't be here this evening. Hasselhoff works with Sharon on America's Got Talent. He said he thinks Sharon is a remarkable human being. He also thinks his car can talk to him and Pamela Anderson can act. He does drink a lot, yeah. We've had a message from the Beckhams. It's written in crayon and it says, I done kick a ball. Yeah. Victoria Beckham couldn't be here this evening. She's having a bath and she's got to be very careful. If it's too hot, she turns into stock. Next up is Alan. What can I say about Alan that hasn't already been said? He's a heterosexual man with straight teeth. I can't look. Alan is one of the funniest stand-ups around. He's the star of his own hit TV show. People ask, are we related? Yes, we are. He's my sister. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Alan Carr.
Oh. Sharon, darling. What a turnout from all Sharon's showbiz friends tonight. Or put another way, Louis Walsh is here. Now I've been asked to talk a bit about the show that first brought Sharon and her family to a worldwide audience, The Osbourne Show. It was a revelation, wasn't it? A family swearing and arguing, shuffling around in pyjamas and tracksuits. It was like watching CCTV footage from a Lidl. And can I just say this? Dog shit. Did you see the show? How much knee-deep in dog shit. When you go around most people's houses, you get a cup of tea. Round theirs, they offered you a tetanus. Because people think Ozzy weaving in and out was like years of drugs, was it? No, he was just trying to keep his slippers clean. He was like... But Sharon, she loves the dogs. She loves the dogs. We all saw that. And wasn't it sweet the way she let the dog lick her mouth, you know, and put the tongue inside her mouth? That's lovely, isn't it? Because we all know where that tongue's been, don't we? Lovely. There aren't many women who lean in towards you for a kiss and you think, ringworm. OK, sometimes they fly off in their private jet. Yeah, private jet. You probably thought, flash gits. I was glad. Would you want to sit next to that lot on the flight back from Magaluf? Would you mind taking your dog's ass off my face? I'm trying to watch Big Mama's House 4. Shut your fucking mouth or I'll ram the complimentary nuts down your throat. No, that wasn't Sharon. That was the EasyJet air hostess. The show was riddled with bad language. You have to admit, weren't it? Beep, 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 beep. Actually, that's Morse code for wanker. You know what I feel sorry for? The poor woman who has to do the signing for the late-night repeats for the deaf. Have you seen her? But seriously, I honestly believe that watching over all those years how the family all stayed together, through thick and thin, under one roof, we all learnt a valuable lesson. And that is that the social services system in America is just as shit as ours. Good night.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Alan Carr. Hey. Sharon and Ozzy were married in Hawaii on July 4th, 1982. And even today, if you go up to Ozzy and say Hawaii, he'll smile and say, not so bad since they changed my meds. In your own time. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a message from the rock god himself, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne.
Hello, darling. I'm so sorry I can't be with you tonight, darling. But they've asked me a few questions to give them information. Hello, darling. Sorry I can't be there tonight, but... What? Hello, darling. Hello, darling. I'm so sorry I can't be with you tonight, but they've asked me to remember some nice stories about you. So here we go. She smokes a really mean joint, my wife does. And she likes a good bottle of vodka now and again as well. I see the real Sharon. She's a fucking alky. She's nice and sweet until you crush her. When you crush Sharon, look out, folks. Listen to me. Look out. She's nuts. I'm going to tell you guys a little secret about Sharon, and she would never want me to tell you this. But if you guys make her laugh enough, she has a tendency to pee herself, and she just goes anywhere. In a shop, on TV. When she starts, you cannot stop her. So make her laugh for me. But have a great time. I love you more than life itself. God bless you. Stay safe from me always. I love you, Sharon.
Sharon, have you done a little wee at any stage this evening?
A couple of times, yes.
God bless the good people of Tenor Lady who have made that possible. Yeah, Sharon got the reference. Don't worry about that. Ozzy nearly killed Sharon in 1989. But he didn't go to prison for attempted murder. Fair enough. In the 80s, Ozzy was so full of drugs, the only way he'd have got into prison was smuggled in up someone else's arse. Yeah, she's laughing, but the knowledge that she's doing a little wee at the same time sort of takes the edge off from me. Sort of ruins it. I asked Ozzy, have you ever been with a more beautiful woman? He shook his head. Then I asked him if he wanted a cup of coffee, and he shook his head. And then I walked out of the room, and he shook his head.
I have got a cock. I've just strapped it up my back tonight. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, everyone. Jimmy, you're looking great. You've lost so much weight, and it's purely down to his hepatitis. Anyway, Anyway, we've heard much about Sharon's considerable talent so far this evening, but I want to honour her for her literary prowess.
Oh, God.
Yes, somewhat surprisingly in her impressive canon of skills, Sharon has found the time to become a best-selling author. Her autobiography, Extreme, remains the best-selling of all time in the UK, which is very interesting because that's what it says on the front of Jordan's autobiography and Paul O'Grady's, Dawn French's, Julie Walters. A remarkable achievement, but then, you know, an autobiography is directly drawing from her life's experiences. Far more impressive is her first venture into fiction, Revenge. I've got it here, in which Sharon bravely moves into totally unknown territory with a highly complex novel about celebrities and drug addiction in LA. Where'd you get your inspiration from?
It's a gift.
Sure, it's a great plot, but it's really in the writing style that the book comes alive. The technical skill with which Sharon writes and the subtle brushstrokes of her prose are a true revelation. Like this sensitive moment of marital bliss between Maggie and Derek here. Oh, you'll love this. With Derek, it had been non-stop. She'd wake in the middle of the night to find his erection pushing against her bum, clutching her breasts, and softly teasing her nipples. Wow, now that must have been some erection to be in 3 places at once. She continues. Mickey was working at Amour du Derek, where she'd been one of the more popular girls, especially skilled at putting out a series of candles with her pussy. Now, this is an interesting bit, actually, because what's more embarrassing here? The use of the P word, the image of a vagina being used as a snuffer, or the fact that the sex club, yes, the sex club is called Amour du Derek. As you can see, Sharon is sure to become a literary giant, revered and awed in equal measure. Sharon, you are just like your literature. Honest, funny, smutty, and very hard to read. But we love you. Have a wonderful night.
Bless you.
Sharon's new novel is called Revenge, and she wants you to know she wrote every single word of that title.
Did I?
It's the story of 2 sisters, not unlike Kylie and Danny Minogue. So the tale of 2 sisters, one talented and sweet, and one basically kept for parts. Sharon would be the first to admit that her life has not always been a smooth ride. Her marriage has had some uppers and some downers. Don't worry, Sharon. We've got you, your very own agony aunt, to help you through.
Hello, Sharon. Oh, it was lovely to run into you at the anger management class the other day. You only used the F word 7 times, and you're cutting down on the C word very nicely. Good for you, Sharon. I've never had cosmetic surgery because I am blessed with a perfect skin and bone structure. But you have not been so fortunate, have you? When the bandages came off, that was the beginning of a new life for you, wasn't it, Sharon? And you haven't looked back. Mainly because the doctor tightened your neck so much he'd made it impossible for you to look any other way than straight ahead. You've come a long way, Sharon. All the same, there are still a few little rough edges which we can work on next Wednesday after our Megastars Anonymous meeting. Wasn't it fun seeing little Sarah Palin there last week, sitting next to Tiger Woods? How is he coping? You ought to know, as I saw you leaving with him. Enjoy your night, darling. I'm sorry I can't be there. Bye-bye, my dear. I adore you.
Join us after the break on Sharon Osbourne, a comedy roast.
Coming up, Louis Walsh, Jerry Springer, and Sharon fights back.
The nannies weren't from the Philippines. They were from Ireland.
Welcome back, and if you're wondering what that smell is, we're roasting Sharon Osbourne. Next up is a music manager who started his career at the bottom. He's not afraid to get right behind his acts. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Louis Walsh.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Well, evening, Sharon, or Mrs. O, as I like to call you. I haven't seen you since you were sacked from the X Factor, or resigned, just like John Terry resigned. I'd like to say how much we all miss you on the show. I'd like to say that, well, we don't. Sharon Cole is brilliant, so beautiful I could spend the whole show gazing at her lovely hair and her reflection in Danny's face. Danny's sorry she can't be here tonight, partly because she's pregnant, but mainly because she wasn't invited. But let's not focus on the past, Sharon. Tonight is all about you. It's time to focus on your contribution to the X Factor. When it came to mentoring your acts, you were one of the best. And when I say best, I mean worst. Maybe you just didn't take your job seriously enough.
I didn't.
I mean, out of all the judges, Sharon, you never won a series.
I know.
Even Simon won one. But that was with Steve Brookstein. One of your acts was Chico. Well, he had his 15 minutes of fame, but he's here tonight. Please welcome Chico.
I want to tell you about a lady who almost changed my life. She's a rock and roll. As a mentor, man, she really sucks. I wish I had the chance to earn Leona's bucks. I wish I had Simon, he's the real business. I'd even prefer the Irish for Louis. She's never had a winner, he's sunk without a trace. I wish I had another judge in her fucking place. If she spent less time trying to make her face thinner, she might have had a winner. Yeah, 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 yeah. She might have had a winner. Thanks for nothing, Sharon.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to apologise on a personal level and on behalf of Channel 4 for Chico. That will never, ever happen again. God bless you, Chico. Cheers, mate. Oh. And he didn't win.
Why? I just don't know why he didn't win.
I think it was a singing competition, wasn't it? When Sharon sat next to Danny Minogue on X Factor, you could see that hatred, anger and disgust were all expressions neither of them could make. As judges go, it's Amanda Holden I feel sorry for. She sits between Piers Morgan and Simon Cowell on Britain's Got Talent, making her the perineum, or taint. That's the bit between the arsehole and the cunt, isn't it? Oh, she's done another wee. OK. Now, after being the butt of our jokes for the entire evening, it's only fair that Sharon gets a chance to say her piece. I'm slightly nervous about this, but ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium Sharon Osbourne.
say I am so happy this evening because my wonderful daughter is here, Amy, and I want to thank you for being here. I love you, Amy. Amy! And the nannies weren't from the Philippines. They were from Ireland. Seriously, though, I've had a really, really great night, and I thank you all for being here, and I hope you've had a good time too. I love you, and I miss you all so much. I do. Thank you very much.
Sharon Osbourne, everyone. Amazing.
Thank you. Wonderful.
But Sharon, to properly sum up, there's no one more appropriate than Sharon's great friend, Mr. Jerry Springer.
Oh, Jerry!
Thanks, Jimmy, and thanks to everyone for taking part in tonight's show. So, what have we learned? Well, we've learned that life won't happen for you unless you make it happen. Life's journey is long and certainly no picnic. You'll need the confidence to face your fears and the courage to overcome any obstacles in your path. However, a genuinely terrifying temper, the most repulsive potty mouth on earth, and a millionaire rock star husband certainly couldn't hurt. Above all, one thing is certain. Time catches up with all of us. Unless you happen to have a number of a great cosmetic surgeon. Actually, here's a tip for saving some money. Instead of having a facelift, have your body lowered. It's cheaper. Here's to you, Sharon. I really do love you. Keep the fire burning. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Oh, thanks to Jerry there. But most importantly, thank you, Sharon Osbourne. Ladies and gentlemen, she's been an incredible sport this evening. Raise your glasses, Sharon Osbourne. Thanks for watching the roast of Sharon Osbourne. We'll see you again. Good night. Real good health.
Tomorrow night at 10 p.m, the comedy roast of Chris Tarrant.
I can take a joke.
He's a bit like shit.
Lucky's the best way to describe you. A lucky fucking bastard.
Who else would electrocute their penis?
This is Saturday, wanking and shopping.
I thought comedy was a craft. It's a load of shit.
Nobody likes it.
You know, we'll fucking cut that bit out. I don't care.
Oh, I think you'll find we won't.